And we are back on the next episode of Hero Comics talking about stuff. This is me talking about Star Ocean Trillion Time, and which, in my opinion, is the worst Star Ocean game ever made. Now, it's not the worst game ever made. There's a lot of cool stuff in this game, but compared to the awesomeness of the others, it definitely falls short, in my opinion. Okay, mainly because of the story. Okay, starts off like Maria Trador, starts off with great potential, but as it matures, gets annoying and not right. Not uh, but then, yeah. Basically, you start off with Fate Line God. You play as Fate Line God, a teenage dude who likes to spend his time running around hacking and slashing at things in the holodeck, and with his girlfriend Sophia, who likes to throw fireballs at things in the holodeck. Now, there will be a lot of Star Trek references if you if you don't get them, then please say so in the comments, and I'll try to help you out as best I can. Anyway, you're on a vacation planet with your mom and your dad, and then basically the aliens attack the planet and take your mom and dad. You have to escape with this awesome circus troupe with one of the cutest characters in the whole game. On there, in there, for Peter Rossetti. You basically, and it starts off great because there's a scene where Fate dreams of what would have happened if the aliens got to what happened if the aliens got to him and his parents, and basically having the alien shot, shot his parents and Sophia, and then Fate's all alone. It's like no, and he wakes up. It's like it was so good, it was so cool, it was awesome. The drama of it was so great, but then things get crazy. Basically, you eventually end up on a ship that gets attacked by the same aliens. So you have no choice but to get into the escape pods. All right. So and it's only one person per escape pod. So basically, if Sophia gets in her escape pod, you get in yours, and then you go to warp and you hang out. And pretty advanced escape pods. You're going to warp. Very nice. So you're in warp. You're going to warp, and you basically find a planet to land on called Vanguard 3. Here's the first side quest. All right. So now you are on Vanguard 3, which has a medieval level of technology. Also, there's this issue. Also, there's an issue all throughout, going on throughout all Star Ocean games. Basically, of what they call it the UP3 in this game, but it basically is the Prime Directive. All right, the Prime Directive says that if you have technology, advanced technology, you need to keep that away from anyone who does not have this advanced technology because it will mess them up. It could destroy them. And also, if it doesn't destroy them, it will definitely change the course of their history, and they don't want that to happen because that could be bad for them. So they basically they made this law. And they actually Star Ocean Last Hope, they talk about how this basically the whole game, the basic ending of the game talks about the formation of the UP3 or so whatever or the Prime Directive, so that stuff like what happened in that game won't happen again. Even though, of course, people just ignore it. That's the issue. They ignore that thing because sometimes you have to survive. So it's kind of annoying how that works. But I say Star Ocean Trillion Time is way better game than this. But anyway, back to Star Ocean. Star Ocean Last Hope is way better game than this. Star Ocean Trillion Time though is still kind of good because there's a lot of cool stuff going on with the characters. But still, here's the deal. You're in Vanguard 3. Oh, yeah, it's a spoiler filled, just to be able I'll tell you, spoiler filled, so I'm going to be talking about everything on there, as much as possible on there as I can, to basically, give you a feel for this game. Basically you got, Fate. No. Basically, you're on Vanguard 3. Fate replicates a simple sword, because he sees that these guys are a medieval level of technology, and so he's like, okay, he replicates himself as what they call a simple sword. Mia would replicate like a flaming sword or an ice sword or one of the or the Buster sword from at Final Fantasy Advent Children with all the big one with all those little blades in it, all those little swords in it, or even that big one. I mean, even the old big one. I would have made that, but he decided to go simple. But that's fine. That's fine because there's way more powerful swords coming up you can get later. So he gets a simple sword, goes in there, fights the first enemies you come across, which are these weird little slime things, and weird politicians. I don't know what those are. Well, whatever. You go through there and you find out there's this gang. Go to the town. You find out there's this gang harassing this town, this little village, and they keep stealing food and supplies from them. And now they are not sure that they're going to make it through the winter. To make matters worse, they have killed people. This gang at least the gang leader has killed people, and one, two of the people they killed were these kids' parents. Okay, there was these kids. One of the kids named Nicholas, and he has a little sister, and basically he's forced now to raise her, to take care of her because his parents have been killed by the gang, by the leader of the gang. Also, the leader of the gang took this music box of theirs, or something, and so he eventually goes and gets it back, tries to get it back, and is of course captured. So now you have to go and save this kid. You find out later, save the kid. You go through your first little fortress, and you find out basically this guy is an alien. All right, he is an alien with advanced technology. So it is okay, according to UP3 or the Prime Directive, it is okay to deal with this guy because he is an alien. He is someone who has advanced technology who is misusing it to mess around and take control of this village. So that's okay. That's totally cool. Problem is, that's okay. That's totally cool. Problem is he has a gun. You have a sword. It's not going to work out so well. Fate doesn't know his abilities yet. So he's like, oh crap, this guy's got a gun. And basically, but then the coolest character in the game, in my opinion, the coolest character, not the cutest, but the coolest character in the game comes in. Cliff Fitter. He's awesome. He's like Han Solo, Han Solo's little brother. If you punch Han Solo, if you like punch things instead of shooting them, basically, way younger. It's really cool. He's really cool, and he's a Caucasian, which is basically like Captain America, a race of Captain America, of people that are like Captain America, basically faster and stronger than a normal human. So. Basically, he's like, oh yeah, the guy's like, hey, Norton. Then the guy with the alien's name is Norton, and he's like, but hey, man. Stop moving, don't move or I'll blast you. It's like, that gun doesn't work on us Clausians. It's like, oh yeah. So he tries to shoot him, and there was like a scene. What happens was, it was not done as well as it could have been done. I really rather a scene where basically he tries to shoot at Cliff. Here's Cliff right here, and he tries to shoot at Cliff. He's right here. So he all of a sudden he's move over here, and he like shoots at her. And it's like, okay, shoot here. No, he's like here. He's closer. And he's like shoots again. And then he's like, oh here. And he's closer. And then he uppercuts him. I'm like, that would have been cool. But basically just shows him running at the dude. Somehow Norton's missing, and then he's like, I like it worked. It got the point across. Cliff's faster and strong. It was too fast to be shot at by that guy. So it was hard. Then you had your first boss battle, and you beat Norton, and then you blow. You blow up the place, especially after because they don't want anyone to get that technology. Especially after you find out that Norton basically jacked your escape pod. They took all the parts from it. I was expecting it to be on cement blocks, but apparently it wasn't. But apparently, if they made a spoof of it, it would be. Who Star Wars Until the End of Time, it totally would be. It'd be like, oh man, like spray painted. Like, oh man, just crap, But no, still, basically, it was pretty sad sight. So it's like, what the heck? So you blew it up. They blew up that fortress, so they can't get in there. No one can get in there anymore. And all the gangsters have returned to the town and are trying to, hanging out. And you take the kid, Nicholas, back to his little sister, and all is right with the world. And all is right with that world. And then basically Cliff is like, okay, listen, my leader wants to talk to you. Okay? It's like, my leader wants to talk to you. Hey, you come with me, and we'll figure out how, we'll work together to figure out how all this is going to work out. And it's like, okay, cool. Finally, we're gonna get back into the main plot. We're gonna hook this up real nice. That was the side quest. That was kind of annoying, but at least it's over now. Let's get on with the main plot. So then you get him back in your ship, and then you're in warp. You meet Mirage, who's the most boring person in the whole game, and I call her Mirage T Robot because she is. She's like a robot, but I don't. Yeah, she's boring. But anyway. You're thinking, okay, this is back to the main plot. Then you get attacked again. Crash landed on this planet called Elicor 2, which is where you'll be spending most of Disc 1. Okay. This planet is also at a medieval level of technology. A much bigger planet, large amounts more stuff in it. Okay, and things are made even more complicated because of the fact that you have crash landed into one of the major cities of one of the two people that are in two types of the two countries in there, the Araglyph and Aquaria. Okay. Araglyph is a group of knights, basically, of evil Black Knight characters, and they basically have you crash land in their main city. So basically, their Black Knight guards come up and they try to get in, and you're basically like, okay, and they basically do the silliest thing ever. They say, okay, before that even happened. uh, Cliff was telling Fate, man, yeah, it's like, look, don't worry, dude, she'll be fine. It's like, like if we get into trouble, don't worry, Maria will be fine, Mirage will be fine because she's Clausian. Okay, I mean, she is faster and stronger than a normal human. Okay, but then later he's like, okay, here's the deal, me and Fate, Cliff's like, me and Fate will draw the guard's attention so you can get away. Okay? So I'm like, yeah, you could just beat them up. Why can't you just beat them up? But they decide not to beat them up. So they draw the attention away from them. They come out of the ship and get taken in, arrested by the guards. And that makes it so Mirage can go off screen and do all kinds of stuff you never see. After being tortured by one of the scariest, creepiest monster things ever in a Star Ocean game, you meet Agent Nell and a few other people from Aquaria who are basically ninja Amazons. And I like Nell. She's one of my favorite. Oh wait, I gotta send her the camera. She is one of my favorite characters in the game. Because she's basically I gotta wants to do this for my people. That's what she's like, and I'm okay with that. She's trying to help people. So basically, what happens is she's like, okay, listen, we'll get you out of here, but you guys have some crazy technology. We'll get you out of here, but you must promise to help us. You give us this and help us with our technology so we can fight these guys. Or else we'll leave you in here or kill you. What? No.
Why?
Because I have other stuff I have to do.
What are you doing?
No. Making a video. Gotta go. Get out of here. Go on. Excuse me. Go on. Not me yet. Go on. Yeah, and we're back. Sorry about that. It's a small price to pay when you have silly children in the house. Let's continue. Yeah. So then they're basically saying, we will only let you out if you if you say you're gonna help us. It's like, oh sure, yeah. I'm like, yeah, we're all together. Like, yeah, sure. Well, of course I'll help you. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Because they want to get out of here because they don't want to deal with that monster again. And then it's like, okay, you get out of there. And then it's like, oh no, it's like, well, okay, we're almost safe. We have to get out of, we're almost safe. We're gonna go through another town of aeroglyphs, but you have to, once you get through there, will be in Aquarian territory. You have to fulfill your promise, or we'll kill you. Fulfill your promise to help us win this war, or we'll kill you, or something like that. Basically. And I'm like, and we're like, okay, Fate's like, yeah, I don't know about this because of UP3, but I'm like, yeah, Fate, I'd rather stay alive. So yeah, we're gonna stay alive. And this raises an interesting point, something I have been thinking all throughout playing this game, and that is, you are playing as a blue-haired boy being chased by a bunch of bad guys. That does sound kind of familiar. Like on Breath of Fire 3, same thing. Blue-haired boy being chased by a bunch of, annoying things, by annoying villains and things. I'm thinking there was a few liberties taken, which is fine. I have no problem with that, because Breath of Fire 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. So, yeah. No problem with that at all. Let's continue. Now, let me see here. Basically, I don't know exactly. Oh yeah. Basically, so you basically are hanging out with Nell and her friends who need more clothes, and you get to that village. You get through the village to see, you'll talk to the people and find out how the war is going between them. And they're like, some people who are like, oh yeah, the war is great. We're destroying those Aquarians. Others are like, man, I don't like this war. There's all kinds of problems. Economics and this and that and other thing. And they're all like, okay, that's good. There's a lot of people here around who have differing opinions about everything. That's great. And you finally get through there. and you're in Aquaria territory, and you're basically having to say, hear the same things. Oh, those Glyphians, they call them Glyphians, they're from the Airglyph. Like, the Glyphians, man, they gotta destroy the Glyphians. Like, man, and other people are like, oh man, the other guy, man, I hate this war because it's causing all kinds of problems. And it's like, oh, this is, I feel sorry for these people, both people. This war is horrible. The war is horrible. This war is so bad. I look forward to when it stops. We can help them win this. We can help stop the war. That can help us out. And that's cool. But then again, it's totally going against Run Directive, and it's totally weird. But again, you have to do this to survive because they say if you don't help us, we're going to kill you. So like, okay, we'll do it. And we'll see you next time on the next episode if you were calling to talk about stuff. I'm trying to get these parts off 15 minutes. Basically, I'll make up like a playlist or something. Basically, I'll also doing a Clement type of thing where I talk about he talked about Sonic 2006. Which he's a big fan of Sonic games. I'm talking about Star Ocean to the End of Time, which I'm a big fan of Star Ocean games. So, yeah, I think it's kind of a similar thing to that. So check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt, especially my How Sonic 2006 Should Have Ended on DeviantArt. On YouTube, that would be Star Ocean Second Story. And Star Ocean to the End of Time. Star Ocean Second Story to see how a game I like better than Star Ocean to the End of Time. See you next time.